Hello once again. In today's video, we're going to be talking about reading. Now, everybody knows that reading is important, but today we're going to be answering the question, why is it important to academic success? And we'll talk about those reasons behind the value of learning to read, especially at a young age. So stay tuned for that. First part of this video, we're going to be discussing the role reading plays in academic development. So as you're moving through school, the role reading has in that success. Second, we're going to be looking at the factors that go into being able to learn to read and learn to read well. We're going to be talking about strategies that parents can implement to help their child develop that skill set. Fourth, we're going to be talking about the consequences when people don't learn to read well. And last, we're going to be looking at a real life example of somebody who overcame challenges with reading to achieve great success. The reading of information is a primary way we get information, right? Going through school, yep, you're going to hear directions. Lectures still happen. Teachers give directions verbally and orally, but inevitably they also have it written down. If you have research to do, you're going to be reading information. You're going to be reading documents. You're going to be reading reports. You're going to be reading books. You're going to be reading articles. Reading is also quicker than listening, right? I can read the transcript of a video much quicker, pulling out keywords, than listening to the whole thing. As I look through and skim through, I can learn to pull out that information. That's all reading skills. Right? So reading, even in this modern world where so much is delivered visually and auditorily, is still an incredibly valuable skill. When you can learn to read well, and read quickly, it is much faster than listening and watching. So phonics development, both phonemic and phonics, which is the teaching of it. Phonemic is about the sound-letter relationships and the structure of all that. But that whole phonics development is very important in learning to read. Vocabulary development is really crucial. The more words you understand and have a grasp of what they mean, gives you all kinds of subtleties in what the meaning is trying to be conveyed through the written word. Fluency, that's the ability to read fluidly, so you aren't stumbling over words, you aren't stuttering over words. That really, when you're stuttering and stumbling over them, that breaks up your ability to grasp and comprehend and put all the pieces together. So doing that well, and then of course remembering and being able to synthesize that information that you've gathered, all will go into your overall reading ability. The most important thing parents can do with their children is expose them to literature. Read to them. Give them books looking at a young age. Talk to them about the letters and the sounds, right? Do some early phonics. Play rhyming games. Listen to rhyming songs. Do the hand clapping, rhythm kind of things, musical relationships. All of those things are going to help the child begin to develop. Model it. Read yourself, right? Let them see you reading. Have books around. Encourage independent reading at an early age. Answer questions as they come to you, as they're trying to sound things out. Be patient. Encourage. And talk about the effort and all those growth mindset sort of things, right? All of those factors are going to really help them develop that reading skill. If you begin to see challenges with that, seek help right away. Reading has a direct relationship on your ability to function well in society. And there's all kinds of reasons for this, right? But the bottom line is this. If you are functionally illiterate, you are far more likely to end up in the criminal justice system. 85% of juvenile delinquents all are functionally illiterate, or even chronically unemployed. 70% of the chronically unemployed are functionally illiterate. So there's direct economic and societal consequences if you do not read well. And there's a whole, when you aren't reading well and you know you can't read and you know you can't communicate well, your self-image, your self-identity all takes a huge hit. It is never a good thing. One of the measures for societal growth and development is the literacy rate, right? America back in colonial times was a very literate nation. This is one of its great strengths. So our ability to learn to read has long-term positive benefits for the individual and then, of course, for society as each individual demonstrates their success because they can read. A real-life person, I want to talk about Maya Angelou, the renowned poet, activist, and brilliant poet. She's won all kinds of international awards and acclaimed, and one of the most probably recognized poets today. And she had significant struggles with reading and language development as a youth. She was mute for like a 7-year period of time due to a trauma that had happened to her. But once she unlocked that power of words and literature, it opened up a whole new world for her and blessed all of us through her poetry and her sharing of her literature, right? It helps make society that much better. So she's one who achieved great acclaim in literacy, in literature, despite having significant troubles as a child. You know, in this video, reading is such an important thing and something that hopefully you got a little bit out of this, because there are a lot of people who are still struggling with reading, understand the importance of what you can do, not just for your own children, but other people as well. Hopefully you'll take this and kind of spread that as well. Of course, we want you to subscribe and check out our other videos, but you also might want to subscribe to or register for our free webinar, Enhance Your Students' Performance to Next Level Success in the Academics, Athletics, the Arts, and Life. In that webinar, talk to parents and teachers and coaches, people who are dealing with young people in particular, about how they can use their language to help shift mindsets. So check that webinar out today and subscribe to this channel.